Masinya Attorneys Incorporated, a boutique commercial and taxation law firm in mid-range. Masinya Attorneys Incorporated, a boutique commercial and taxation law firm in mid-range Johannesburg, South Africa. Strategic lawyers on point with more than 20 years of practice experience. We are professional, capable, and qualified.
As a church leader, your time and resources are limited. It's difficult to find discipleship and Bible study materials that are affordable, easily accessible, and high quality. But there is a way to equip the people in your church every day of the week without losing sleep. Welcome to Right Now Media, the world's largest library of video-driven Bible study resources, used by more than 20,000 churches, schools, and organizations. With a Right Now Media subscription, everyone in your church can access thousands of biblical resources for kids, couples, small groups, and more. Give your members access to great content, anytime, anywhere, on any device.
And God specifically says, the way you think, that's not the same way I think.
Equip and inspire everyone in your church beyond Sunday.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me in Solomon's Temple. My name is Solomon Izang Ashams. It's great to have you in the temple. If you're here for the very first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bienvenue. Good to have you here. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being there. Please make sure you subscribe to Solomon's Temple. Please go ahead and click the notification button right away. Also, when it's just so you can get notification anytime I'm coming up. I apologize. I have to start a bit early. I was actually scheduled to start at 8:45, that is South African time, but I just decided to start a bit early. I thought I was going to spend some more time at the airport. I dropped my wife at the airport, and she's flying down to Durban from Johannesburg. For those of you guys who are watching outside Africa, hope you understand the geography. It's good to have you here. If you're watching on Facebook, thank you so much. Appreciate each and every one of you. Here we get to discuss everything explicitly. We learn, we make mistakes, we learn, we forgive, we take responsibility, we interrogate, we investigate. And by the grace of God, through a lot of the work that I do here with you, because you are also partners, a lot of attention has been brought to a lot of issues around the church and how things are not done the way that it should. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate that. Well, I would want to just check. Okay, I got some people here. Adelaide here from Gauteng already. Sandy so from Mayton, and TJ from Pretoria, Mole Buhan from Cape Town. Good to have you here. Teresa from Arkansas. In the US, Gladso from the Mpumalanga as usual. Christine, thank you. Good evening to you from Kenya. Bongani from Nelspruit. Krugersdorp is also here. Thank you, my sister from Eswatini, from Maryland at Mayor. Evelyn from Switzerland. Joburg here. Thank you, Maureen. Maureen is here. Caroline, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, you noticed that. Thank you. She said, where's the body? Well, I will talk about it a bit today. Justina from Zimbabwe. That is Aminata. Aminata, it's good to have you here. I haven't seen you for a few days now. Thank you from Mpumalanga. Oppenton in the northern province in South Africa. Thank you, Lizwi. Sandy from Dublin. Dublin, that's Northern Ireland. Thank you so much. Brit is in the house. Andre from Cape Town, Ekapa. Ufuoma from Port Harcourt, Nigeria. Thank you. Tembisa is also here. Yeah, and quite a lot of other people. East London is in the house. Justine, it's been a while. Thank you. Good to have you here. Juliet from the Gambia, the beautiful small country of Gambia in West Africa, and also Mpumalanga is also here. So just wanted to give you feedback around uh, uh, a pastor's resurrection, if I can call it that. Pardon me. Something that had happened with a pastor called Pastor Siva Moodley. Pastor Siva Moodley, his wife and family, runs the Miracle Center in the north of Johannesburg. He's been in ministry for a long time, so he's not a new face. And over the years, actually, he has been on TV quite a lot. A lot of people watch his program across the continent of Africa because he's on DSTV. And he is known to have a very radical faith to see the miracles, that we read in the Bible, which is a very good thing, because we need to have that sort of radical faith where we believe God for the impossible, miracles, signs, and wonders, the supernatural being being evoked and everything. So it's a good thing to have that. And he, with his family, like I said, ran a ministry, and then he passed away. He passed away almost about a month ago, right? He passed away almost about a month ago. And when he passed away, there has been some sort of attention that he passed away. People were talking about it on social media. Their ministry friends, their partners were talking about it on social media, on TV, that he's passed away. But the funny thing was, the church never, until today, the church never mentioned the fact that he has passed away. Now, that in itself leaves me with a big question mark. To live is Christ and to die is gain. Naturally, life, we know, we come and then we go, we pass on. Was it some sort of embarrassment that the fact that they call themselves the Miracle Center, and now there wasn't a miracle for him and his illness, he passed away? Or they want to show, obviously, and believe that they're a Miracle Center by having some sort of him being resurrected. So a lot was talked about. So this is him. He died on the 17th of July. Sorry, on the 15th of August, rather. So it's going almost a month now. He died on the 15th of August. So in about less than 2 weeks, it's going to be a month. Now, their friends, their very close friends, spoke about it. And you also have to know that because he's a TV preacher also, a lot of people are asking questions. Not people that go to the church, but people that follow his ministry, people that support his ministry. And I feel they definitely owe people some sort of an update. This is what even if you're believing God for the impossible. So based on my investigation and all that, like I told you last time, they're believing God for the impossible for him. They believe in that God will raise him from the dead. That's what they believe. They believe that God will raise him from the dead. So, obviously, according to the rules of South Africa, in South Africa that is, you cannot have somebody who has passed away. You cannot have them in your home, or you cannot have them in any building. What they have to do, they have to be at the they have to be at Just one moment here. They have to be, in the morgue, at the mortuary. That's the right thing, right? So we all know that that's the right thing, and there's nothing anybody can do about it, because that's for health reasons and also following regulations. That is the right thing to do. But they've been believing God to make, to pray. And last Sunday they had a special prayer where they believe this is it. This is when we're gonna have the final push for him to wake up. And I really applaud their faith, right? I really applaud their faith. But at the same time, you have to get to a place where your faith is not just based on emotions, but your faith is based on the Spirit of God, because it is the Spirit of God that gives life. And like I said, the troubling thing is I've received a lot of messages from people, what's the update and this and that. They are not updating people on their social media network or their broadcast. They have not spoken about this, that he has passed away. They have not taken responsibility and spoken about it. And it says a lot about us. It says a lot about us that are we a group of people who are like a secret society? We're hiding things in secret? Or are we really people who are very open? Because they are leaders, they are church. They should be example. They should be actually being in the forefront of being a good example. So people have been asking questions, and they prayed for him last Sunday. Unfortunately, there was no miracle. He didn't wake up. And everything is a secret. Right now, I'm even trying to get some information. So when are they finally gonna bury him now? Where are they gonna bury him? Because they haven't put anything out there at all. So it leaves you with a lot of questions. A lot of people asking questions. Well, I did a bit of investigation, and also, to sort of like try to collect a little information just to give you an update, because a lot of people have been asking me for updates. So the fact is, they prayed for him on a Sunday and did a special prayer. And normally they broadcast their meetings and all that, but there are meetings that they make private. The broadcast becomes private. Unfortunately, Dr. Siva Moodley didn't resurrect, never made it back to life. And we have to ask ourselves, what is God's will in this? The family and his church, his leaders need to ask, what is God's will? Is God's will for him to pass away and be saved from the pain, or is God's will for him to be resurrected and be alive and continue with his ministry? Now, from my investigation, he had an illness, and I'm going to disclose the illness soon. He had an illness which actually affected him. Some of you guys, if you notice, the months before August, before he passed away, there was a bit of a change in his stature. He was losing weight. From his face, you could see it. He was losing weight. And gradually, not like eating very well. Yes, he wasn't eating very well because he had an illness called acid reflux. And that is what led to his demise. Acid reflux. Now, some of you guys would have to go and Google this and try to find out what this really is. Well, acid reflux in itself, it's an illness. It's a digestive system disease. So it affects your digestive system. So and it happens when your stomach acid or bile irritates the food pipe lining. It's a chronic disease. So probably it's a disease that he had for some time now. And this occurs when your stomach or acid bile flows into the food pipe and irritates the acid. So you get like heartburn more than twice a week. Some of the symptoms include burning pain in the chest that usually occurs after eating, worsens when lying down, and a whole lot of things. So when you see maybe what do you call it? Let me see what I have here. Yeah, so it's something that affects your digestive system here, basically. You can see the stomach here. So this is the digestive system, and there's the lining around your intestine. Right in your stomach, the acids that's released, it flows into the food pipe and irritates the lining. So basically you begin to sort of like, you don't eat well. Even when you eat, what happens in your stomach, sort of like irritates the food that you eat. So just to give you an idea, that is what I found out that led to his demise, which is acid reflux. Now, I mean, we all humans, on one way or the other, we get sick, or we're going to get sick, no matter how much we believe God. There are mighty leaders and men of faith that passed away from illnesses and diseases. It's because we're just human. And I don't know for them if it's something that something that led to that contribution. So some of you guys are medical people, and I know you know about acid reflux. Maybe you have an idea, or people that had it. Share with us what you think about what that is. I don't think I've actually really heard about it until recently. There are ways you can treat it, but obviously, like I told you, it's a chronic disease, right? There's Evelyn is actually saying it is simply called heartburn, and usually ulcer in the making. So it's heartburn and ulcer in the making. But then obviously it gets to, like in his case, maybe he had it for a long time, so maybe he had become ulcer and all that. There is treatment for it. Yes, there's treatment for it. Justin is saying there's treatment for it. There's treatment for it, just like there's treatment for a lot of diseases, but it depends. It depends on how you take the treatment, or the effectiveness of the treatment, or what sort of condition you currently are when you started the treatment, all these kind of things, but it's something that you can manage. I think a lot of people managed it. And okay, there's Reba here actually. Reba here is saying, I suffer from it. You can choke to death in your sleep. Wow. 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 You see. So yeah, some of you guys that have some of these experiences, share with us. I think I never heard about it. I think for me until I had when I got the news about his own condition. Teresa says, untreated and severe, it can really hurt you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, Reba has the same condition but takes medicine. That's great. That's good. Medicine for it. That's good. Yeah, please educate us, because there's Basi is actually asking, what's the treatment? What's the treatment? IGBK is saying acid reflux is when the stomach content back up into the esophagus. If it is chronic, it can lead to cancer. Okay, there's another lead there. Joy is actually asking a good question here. She said, I hope he was on treatment and not only trusting in the supernatural. That's a good question. I have no idea if he was on treatment or he just believed God for a miracle and went off his medication. Okay, Veronica here is educating us. She says, it is manageable. Diet and medication helps. Had similar issues 1 year ago, and I was treated here in Kenya. Thank you, Veronica. It's manageable. It's manageable. So, okay, a lot of people are giving feedback here. Justine is saying pantoprazole for mornings and lacoloc for some. Okay, I don't get that. Portia says, my husband had it and it became cancer. He passed away. Wow. Wow. Sorry about that, Portia. So it can actually become cancer. So I'm not sure if his condition actually led to cancer or not, because obviously from the way they are now as a family, you could see that there's just been a lot of secrets. So you're not going to know exactly, what happened, what state he was in before he passed. Queen is saying alkaline water, manage it best. Okay, that's another option. Evelyn says one of the simple ways to treat is to take omeprazole daily until it goes away. Okay. Choni says, thanks guys, we're learning here. Yes, we have to learn. So it's become almost like a medical lesson, isn't it? Laman says it is also called GERD, treated with medications like Nexium, some even with OTC meds like Tums. Okay. Alita says, I also battle with it. I used to learn in hospital because when it started, I would just faint. I am on treatment and there are certain foods I do not eat. Oh, wow. Okay. May God help you, Anita, to manage it and possibly to get off it and be healed. So, you get that and you faint, you get, wow. That's definitely something that you're not gonna want to see a family member or somebody you love or your friend, go through. Definitely, you don't want to see somebody go through that. So I just wanted to actually, give you this information. There's just been a lot of secrecy. That's what I feel rather. there's just been a lot of secrecy with the Miracle Center, his family, his wife, to be precise, because she's the one that's leading now. And we just wish there's going to be more openness, so people could sympathize, so people could bring closure. A lot of people also want to bring closure, and it would be sad for them to go and bury him quietly. I mean, they have the right to do that. I do not intend to take that right away from them as a family. But I also know that they're also going through a lot as a family. Whatever the way that they've handled this, however we feel about it, they're also going through it as a family, because they just lost their father. They just lost a husband. They just lost a leader for the church. So we understand all that, and we sympathize with them and the pain that they're going through. It's definitely a very challenging time for them. And but I do hope that they would be able to come and be open, because he was a man of the people. People know him quite well. I don't even want to go ahead. Maybe I shouldn't even do that now. Go ahead and dig some of the investigations that I did, just some of the leadership abuse and financial abuse that was happening around the church. Lack of accountability, some sort of dictatorship, the church being run as a family thing, and just pressurizing and manipulating people financially, and all that kind of thing. There's quite a stuff that I saw. So Sibongile here is saying, isn't this old news though? He testified about being healed from that years ago. If somebody, with the way we are Christians sometimes, just because we desire to be healed, we go out there and we just say, no, God had healed me. But medically, if you go to the hospital, you're not healed. There are a lot of people that passed away because of that. No, God had healed me from cancer, and then you stop your medication. Go and get a certification. When he testified that God healed him, did he show you a certification from the doctor that he was healed? And how do we even believe that happened if he actually said that then, knowing that now the way that they're handling his passing away is just so funny and so dodgy, where there is just no integrity? So how do I believe in the integrity of your healing? So there's, you have to join the dots. You just have to join the dots and draw your own conclusion for yourself. Don't let my conclusion be your conclusion. Laman here is advising people, stay away from spicy, fried food, stay away from hunger, have something to eat so that the acid does not erode the lining of the stomach. Okay. And he was Indian, so as an Indian person, spicy food or fried food is always something that is always there. They love it. Joy is saying, remember, medical reports can be faked. We witness that on special assignment. Yeah, I mean, it's just quite a lot that can happen in church, for real, in church. Ajibike here is saying, the cause is laying down immediately after you ate, and it happens in people that drinks or smokes. Yeah, that's very true. I actually saw it in a research. People that drink or smoke, we need to sit up for 1 hour after you eat, especially at night. Okay. Teresa says, when we take our beliefs to the extreme, we always tread dangerous grounds. Joy said, my heart goes out to his wife. I cannot imagine. I think she's in denial. Yeah, she might be in denial because it's not easy. He has a wife and two grown-up kids, a boy and a girl, and they're all involved in the ministry. They all involved in the church. Portia here says, when I saw his last appearance, I suspected that he had cancer. His appearance was as of my late husband. Ah, I see. Okay. When your late husband obviously had the same condition, the same disease, and he died from cancer because it led to cancer, and you suspected, obviously you would know better, Portia, because you lived with your husband, he had the same condition, and you watched the way he deteriorate and change, and then got cancer and then passing away. Blessy says she's struggling with that. So Blessy, believe God, take your medication. There's some good advices that was given here. We pray that God will help you with his wisdom to manage that. All right, guys, I just wanted to give you just sort of a feedback and update for some of you guys. Has he been buried? I'm still trying to find out. When will he be buried? I'm still trying to dig a bit deep and get some sort of info. But as soon as I get that, I would let you know. Yeah, as soon as I get that, I will let you know. But let's keep praying. We pray for his family. They're going through a lot, and we also pray that they would come. They would be open. They will be transparent. Just so they can get closure. We all can get closure. That's the people that are, really seeking to get.
Psalm 23. God has set a table.
People who are familiar with him. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate you. I'll talk to you again tomorrow. May the Lord bless you. May we continue to walk in his divine health and also believe in science and medicine, because God has created that for us to heal us, also using that to heal us. Have a great day. God bless.
Masinya Attorneys Incorporated, a boutique commercial and taxation law firm in Midrand, Johannesburg, South Africa. Strategic lawyers on point with more than 20 years of practice experience. We are professional, capable, and qualified.
Hi, my name is Reju, Dr. Reju. I'm a workplace effectiveness strategist, and I consult for churches because I have a passion for pastors. I have a burden for pastors because of my belief in the tremendous amount of influence that they can have in society. But over the years, the global church, we've focused on only what happens within the four walls of our buildings. We've reduced the definition of church to a building which we know is not accurate. But the purpose of this conference, this workshop, is to give us a wider kind of horizon, to widen our horizon, to look at the church through a truly biblical prism, to expose pastors to gain an insight into the biblical definition of church so that we can express that full definition and become that externally focused church. A friend of mine once said, "Where is the church on a Sunday after the parking lot is empty?" That is what this workshop is all about. Call Joy Bringers on the numbers on your screen. See you then.